Why women test men? Women test men for various reasons, and if you're a dude, and you're watching this video, you have every reason to be worried. I mean, why should you have to be tested? It's not like you're in school, and she's your teacher. So why is it that she feels the need to test you then? Well, that's an excellent question, and it deserves a great answer. The short answer is that she simply has to, and needs to, end of story. But seriously though, she has to find out what kind of man she's truly dealing with, and what you're all about, before she decides if you're worth investing her time and energy on. And since she's not a mind reader, she figures that the only way to get to the bottom of who you really are, is by doing some digging, and putting you through some rigorous test. And for you as a man, I can certainly understand how frustrating, or unfair this whole thing might seem to you, having to constantly prove yourself to her, and how daunting of a task it must be for you. But no one ever said being a man was easy. You just have to get used to the fact that women will forever test you. There's really no way around it, you simply need to learn to just accept it. It's just a price you're going to have to pay if your goal is to get her to trust, respect, and love you, and ultimately be loyal to you. Okay, that being said, let's now take a look at some of the things a woman might test you on, and see what you can do about it. Shall we? Test number 1, congruency. She'll try to see if what you tell her matches your actions. As you may have already noticed, in every relationship there's a period of time when it's all about getting to know each other better, and getting comfortable with one another, and this usually happens at the very beginning. And of course everybody is in their best behavior. So what sometimes happens at this stage, in most cases, you don't really get to know the real person, because everyone is trying to impress the other person in the relationship. And you, the man, you're trying your best to come off as likable to her as possible. And because of this, a lot of guys don't really act, or behave the way they would normally do in other situations. They go above and beyond in a desperate attempt to make a great impression on the girl that they're interested in. So the girl doesn't really get to know the actual guy. She ends up meeting his persona instead, which is the person he wants her to think he is, but in reality isn't. So, if you're a man who has been guilty of pretending to be someone you're clearly not, in order to impress a girl you're interested in, what should you do now? Well, first off, you must recognize that you're enough as you are. There's really no need for you to try to be someone you're obviously not, just so she likes you. Because, if you keep on doing this, one day when you meet someone you're really into, you're going to end up regretting it. There's no way you're going to be able to keep up your fake persona for the entire time you're with her. Women have ways of finding out who you truly are, sooner or later. They're really great BS detectors, they can smell BS miles away. So there's no use in you even trying. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's now take a look at another way women will try to test you. Test number 2, boundaries. She'll try to see if you have any set boundaries, or if you have your own opinions, standards, expectations, etc. A lot of guys never seem to have any opinions, standards, expectations, or boundaries when it comes to choosing a mate. All that they appear to really care about is how fast they can reach their objectives. Which is to get the girl attracted to them, so they can fulfill their agendas, and try to get what they're really after. And this rarely works out, because most women are not interested in men that they can easily manipulate, and let them do whatever they feel like doing, and never really challenge them on anything they have to say. So, if you're a man who fails to set any type of boundaries, and basically lets a woman walk all over you as if you were her doormat, what should you do now to change all that? Well, for one thing, you could start by setting some boundaries, and these are basically behaviors you'll accept from a woman, and behaviors you'll not, and they can't be negotiable once you have set them. And you must also learn to have your own opinions, meaning, you can't agree with her all the time just because you're afraid of how she'll react to you if you don't. You have to learn to stand your ground, because in the end, women don't really respect men that can't stand up for themselves anyway. So in summary, women will never stop testing men that they're romantically involved with. It's just part of being a woman, it's in their nature. It's something they can't really help, and most of the time they're not even conscious of the fact that they're doing it. So it's up to you, the man, to start understanding this, and learn what you need to do, if your goal is not to let her start losing attraction, and respect for you, and possibly leave you as a result. So what do you need to do if you want to make sure you pass her tests? Well, just learn to always have your own opinions on the variety of topics that she may bring up, just to try to test you. And don't feel that you need to agree with her all the time just to please her. Also, try to stay congruent to who you truly are, and never try to be someone you're clearly not just so she'll like you. Set boundaries for yourself, and don't let any woman violate them. Because what any quality woman is truly looking for is a man who possesses values, morals, and has strong beliefs that he doesn't waver from just to make a woman happy. Cheers. So there you have it, now you know why women test men, and what you can do about it. I hope I was able to answer your question on why women test men. And understanding this is half the battle. Now you have enough information to help yourself make better relationship decisions. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Thank you.